Hi Dan. When we were thinking about what to say for your 30th birthday, we decided that if we talk about your incredible qualities, we are going to get a little too emotional. So what we wanted to do instead is to talk about this unique opportunity that you brought into our life, which was to really experience not only your kid introducing wonderful people to you, because we met Mathers because of you, we met Lipsons because of you, but also this unbelievable situation where we have second generation friendships that also started with you when you began forming this wonderful lifelong relationships with kids of our friends. They do say, I know it sounds corny, that it takes a village, but in your case, and in Mike's case, it really did take a village. And what we wanted to do today was just to give you a little bit of a cruise through the memory line of that incredible village. We love you very much. Happy birthday. And we hope to see you soon and say to you live.
Я полностью согласен с предыдущим оратором, подписываюсь под всем, что сказала мама, и мы поговорим о тебе и о нас чуть больше, когда будем вместе в одной комнате скоро. Пока. Happy birthday.
Love you.
Hey Dan, when Mama asked me to share a memory of us that I loved, I was like, yeah, that'll be easy. I'll just ask Dan to remind me of some of our memories, and I'll pick one, and that'll be that. And then realized asking you would kind of defeat the purpose of this exercise, so that made this a bit more difficult. I was able to remember one time that we did something together, and it was our first day at Marrakesh, like right after we checked in. We're at the hostel, and there's something that you want to go see. I don't remember exactly what, but you asked the guy at the hostel for directions, and it was like a 9-step set of directions that he gave us to get there. And I didn't follow it at all, but you seemed like you were confident that you knew where to go. So we set out, and about 3 hours later, not only did we not get to where you want to go, but we were just completely lost. And this was on a day when it was like 100 degrees outside. We were tired and sweaty and just like hopelessly lost. It's probably the most lost I've ever felt in my life. No idea where I was, no cell phone service, big language barrier. And we were still having a great time. We were laughing, cracking jokes, and yeah, it was still a lot of fun. I think that's part of the magic for me of spending time with you, that regardless of the shenanigans that we get into or the, tricky situations, it's always a great time. And yeah, there's no one I'd rather be lost with.
Oh, hey Dan, how are you? I think it's an important day, right? And on this day, we just wanted to say, happy birthday! Dasha. But anyway, man, I just wanted to say, when I speak with you, I think you're the smartest person in the world. I can discuss any problem, politics, economics, education, basically any problem of mankind. But there is only one thing we kind of could work on. It's skiing, right? We both know, right? Probably heli skiing in the future. But no problems, man. As I said, we can work on this together. And we just want you to be healthy, wealthy, and
happy.
Yay! Hello from the Pacific!
Hey bud, happy birthday. Yeah, as I thought about what to put in here, I reflected that so much of what I love about our friendship is reflected in our sitting around and chatting for hours in the car, at the dining room table, in the random nooks and crannies of our travels, and so many other places. And as we've grown and changed, we've continued to choose and relish each opportunity to pick up our everlasting conversation wherever we had left it. And in those long and winding conversations about everything from present and personal to global and historical to things that are beyond place and time, I can always count on you to challenge me and expand my perceptions and also cheer me on. You have seen me through many chapters and sometimes remember more than I do. And so our friendship is a powerful mirror that reminds me of who I am too. How you see me anchors me in a sense of myself that can be hard to see or grasp otherwise. And it's been an honor to see you through many chapters too, to witness the ways you've grown and changed, and also to appreciate the ways that you've stayed the same. True to you. Happy birthday to the best navigator I could ever ask for. I love you, and I'm grateful to have you as a friend.
Happy 30th birthday, Dan. You came into my life pretty much the day I was born, and while I had no say in the matter, I'm very lucky that it worked out this well. You're a lifelong friend. I'm thankful for the experiences we've already shared and excited for what the future brings. There are plenty of stories I can tell about you, but one recent one comes to mind that embodies the way you live your life. A couple of years ago, the day before New Year's Eve, you and I were tasked with walking down the main street of Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and figuring out some New Year's activities for the group. We walked into a nice, cartel-owned beach club to try to plan our night. My philosophy was to get an acceptable deal and make it out of there alive, but clearly you felt differently. We sat down at a table with the burly club manager, and you instantly turned on the charm. We were joking and laughing with the guy, but then we got down to talk business. After some tense negotiations, we walked out of there with the table on the beach and a few bottles of tequila at a price that is low even for Mexico standards, and all that without a scratch. Dan, you go into every situation expecting to live it to the fullest. You maximize every experience without a care for your or your friend's safety. But for 30 years, we've had minimal incidents, so I can't complain. Happy birthday again, my friend.
Happy 30th, Dan. I can't believe you're such an old man already. I feel like you've been like a second brother my whole life. You've been with me from probably my first steps all the way until the first shot I ever took. So just thank you for always being there to have fun with, to tell me all about the crazy new podcast that you just listened to, and just being a great friend to me, to my whole family. And I just wish you 30 times 100 more years of all the great things you have going on now.
Hey, Dan, happy birthday. So we thought for a while about what we can say to you on this very momentous day. And we looked at each other, we said, hey, should we say some nice words about this man? Like how you're so curious about people, you have this insatiable list of questions that never runs out, including some pretty incredible hypotheticals. You're also really curious about the world, and over the years, the Catra siblings and the Sieglets have been in book clubs together. We've traveled the world, and you always have this desire to learn more and see more and know more, which is very cool, in our opinion. And then we looked at each other, and we were like, nah, we're not going to do that.
I'm so glad that Becky has found so many good things to say about you. And I'm also really happy that she looks at me as the kind of person who would attend a book club. But I also thought long and hard about this, and I drew a complete blank. So instead, I turned to the wonders of artificial intelligence to help me with this momentous speech. And with the help of my friend, AI, I've come up with some of the most exciting and magnificent qualities that you, Daniel Siegel, have in picture form. So enjoy.
happy birthday, Dan. We are very happy to know you. We're very happy to be friends for 30 years and counting. And thank you for leading the charge for our friend group in turning 30. Looking at you, it's not so bad. So have a great day and see you soon.
Have
Bye.
a great day. See you soon. I'll even come all the way to Brooklyn to hang out with you. I can't believe I do it, but I do it for you.
Happy 30th birthday, Siegel. When I think about Dan, I think about two things in particular. And both of those, I think, top his love for getting food poisoning in third world countries. One is playing devil's advocate. Whenever you're with Siegel, you know you're in for a healthy debate, and sometimes it helps you see things through other perspectives, but most of the time he is just messing with you. The latter would be his love of spending time with friends and family, and in a lot of cases, a very selfless and loyal friend. I'd say the best example of that would be when he traveled all the way to the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, to help grease up his beefcake friend for his first male physique competition. Happy birthday, Siegel. We love you.
Happy birthday, Dan. You are the first one who is entering the 30 years old club with a smile. You and Mike always remind me about light and smiley part of the parenthood. Without, on the other hand, I was a little bit surprised when your wonderful parents, and if it will be the toast, it will be all about praising them. When your wonderful parents asked me to participate in this video among of all smooth talkers, I understand that my heavy accent will remind you about your heritage and how much you achieved and what a brilliant road in front of you. I thought about all our memories together. And this time in New Orleans, when I was trying to be a chaperone and realized that you, Greg, and my dad already grown up and taking care of me, and I found a comfort in this. I always like your adventurous and curious nature, your strong character, and your ability to be provocative but very respectful. But my favorite one, you are a great friend. I always love the conversation between you and Dan, even from the time that you were in the back seat. And around the table, and probably in your wilderness trips. And it's come to my mind that if two people decide to write a music together, they have to synchronize with each other, they have to tune up to each other. And maybe all this conversation will bring one day to music, whatever it will be. And we will wait for this. And I love you and have a great day.
Hi Dan, happy birthday. It is hard to believe, but you're 30 years old. Wow, time really flies. The first time we met each other was at your Breeze, and you made a great impression on me. Hopefully, I made a good impression on you as well. There are so many things that I admire about you. How vocal and opinionated you are, how incredibly sharp you are, and how much you love a good debate. I applaud your intellectual curiosity, and I love how eloquently you speak about subjects that you have so much knowledge about. I also know and how eloquently and convincingly you discuss topics that you may know nothing about. That is a great skill. But personally, what I admire the most about you, and what a wonderful and loyal friend you are to Eric and Becky. We are so lucky to have you in our lives. Happy birthday, Dan. Love you.
Hey, Dan. Your parents asked us for a brief 30-second video of our favorite memories of your first 30 years of your life. And we started thinking about it, and it was impossible to pinpoint just a specific moment. From the time when you were a little bundle of joy growing up, the cutest thing ever, to the days, to your teenage days where you spent so much time at our house with our kids that for a while we thought you were our own, to now being this great grown man that you have become. So instead of reciting our memories, let me first wish you happy birthday, happy 30th, and I'm looking forward to the next 90 years of more memories. See you, Dan. L'chaim.
Hey, Dan. Happy birthday. Happy 30th. I actually do have a favorite memory. I have a memory when you used to come into our house and you were very grouchy and you did not smile and you were about to do something crazy. And then you saw Greg and your face just lit up and you were so happy and you were hugging and you were playing nice. So that was always my favorite moment, when you walked in and you just became one happy, smiling little Dan. And we wish you a very happy birthday. Enjoy, and may you always smile. May you always surround yourself with people that bring you nothing but happiness. Happy birthday.
Dan, our first memory of you is from our cold March ski trip in Mont Tremblant and lots of pillow fights. And look at you now, an accomplished young man surrounded by an amazing group of friends and making his parents very proud. We wish you lots of happiness and to continue setting up even higher goals for yourself and achieving them. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Danny. Every time I see you, I think to myself, what a handsome guy. But I'm sure this is not your only outstanding quality.
Hey, Danny, happy birthday. And about your outstanding qualities, it's too long a list to list, but your mama and your daddy are probably keeping score of that. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully on a Rosh Hashanah for the family gathering.
And in general, I would like to see you more often.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Dan. We're here to celebrate your birthday. You officially turned the big 3-0. That's right, Dan. You are now in the I cannot stay past 11 p.m. club. Just like us. Dan, your curiosity about the world is unmatched. You've traveled more than most of us will in a lifetime, all while sipping artisanal coffee that is clearly difficult to find in our Starbucks-dominated country. Seriously, Dan, if you keep this up, you might need a passport just for your caffeine fix, and we truly appreciate that you share that with us. At 30, you've already accomplished so much, and you're making the world a better place. So here's to you, Dan. May your 30s be filled with even more adventures, questionable travel decisions, and enough coffee to keep you awake through all of them.
One cup at a time. Cheers to you, Dan.
Happy birthday.
Dan the man, happy 30th birthday, buddy. I was just thinking the other day about how your birthday 4 years ago was one of my first memories of business school. I remember sitting outside in Harvard Square, and we were all just at a bunch of tables outside. And you've been one of the best additions to my life in that time, and I'm so happy that we've become good friends. There's no one who I'd rather give me shit about all the terrible takes I had in class. Texted me every single time. You never missed a single bad comment that I made, which I always really appreciate. Even on top of that, all the great philosophizing about life, over a good cup of coffee, maybe a good game of chess. Excited for much more to come in the next decade. So happy birthday and many, many more. Hope you live it up today.
Dan, happy birthday. Hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Can't believe you are as old as you are now. You're kind of a dinosaur, but we're all dinosaurs together, so I'm proud of that. And I still remember the first time we met was when, I think it was with Andrew on like Spangler Lawn or whatever, and who could have known after that all these adventures later. So happy birthday, man. Have an amazing day, and can't wait to see you soon.
Happy birthday, Dan. Welcome to the 30 plus club, but cheers to never really getting older.
Hey, happy 30th birthday, Dan. In the spirit of documentation, I thought I'd share 30 things that I respect, admire, and celebrate about you. Number 1, your insistence upon knowing the source of truth. Number 2, your dance moves. Number 3, your sartorial mimicry skills. Number 4, your actual streetwear sensibilities. Number 5, your ability to toggle from comedy to serious. Your beautiful man-made. I mean, look at the wave on that hair. You could surf on it. Number 7, your whiteboard diagramming skills. Number 8, your maximization of quality relationship building time. Number 9, your embrace of high culture hangouts. Number 10, your proactive leadership of the RNL team. Number 11, your love of coffee, rest in peace. Number 12, your ability to create fun out of it all. Number 13, your inclusive orientation. Number 14, your sincere interest in Remy. Your remembering of my favorite meal at Eam. Your willingness to travel for weeks on end with one carry-on while celebrating your friends across various corners of the globe. Your commitment to intellectual rigor. Your interrogation of expertise and conventional wisdom. Your culture and impact-first approach to teamwork. Your head and heart consideration of approaching love and relationships. Your generosity in sharing podcasts and clips of your favorite stand-up comedy beats. Speaking of comedy, you're sparring with Andrew. Number 23, your highly efficient email subject line instructions, your ambition and imagination about how to advance meaningful work, your application of new technical skills. Number 26, your improvement orientation and modeling of how to give and get effective feedback, all of which rolls up into your generosity of spirit, your love of learning, your warmth and friendship, and your head and heart and way of being. I hope you have a wonderful 30th birthday, Dan. Sending you lots of hugs.
Hey Dan, Jason told me I needed to deliver at least a 10-second video. This is it. Wanted to just say happy 40th birthday. I'm kidding. Happy 30th birthday, and I feel lucky to have crossed paths with you and to get to work with you.
Happy 30th birthday. 30 years old, wow. But still as emotionally developed probably as a 3-year-old. It's odd. You'd think that spending some time in the Midwest at Michigan would have rubbed off on you in some way emotionally, but you're still not Mr. Caring, huh? It's okay. Who needs emotions, really, when you've got meal replacements to nourish you with apathy? But hey, it's your birthday. Should give you a break. What you lack in care, you actually make up for in personality. You know, come to think of it, I feel like that took a while too. Your primary personality for a couple of years was just movies, like just movies. And I'm still laughing at the fact that you wanted Channing Tatum to play you last week. Oh, I hate to break it to you, Dan, but I don't think he really does the average looking mediocre white guy. If you wanted someone who was more in your emotional range, I would have probably suggested Henry Cavill or that guy in Supernatural. Yeah, something like that. But hey, I should give you a break. Your personality has developed more than just film now, and more than just being the guy who went to Michigan, more than just the consultant or former consultant. You bring so much drive and structure to our work, especially around data. And speaking of structure and order, it's almost like you're kind of a Virgo. Oh, right, sorry. You're above all of that zodiac nonsense and all us other Virgos. God forbid you get grouped with us. It's almost like if you weren't so busy being controlling and picky, you'd realize how obvious it was that you were a Virgo. Anyways, thank you for giving us all a birthday gift for your 30th. Your absence has brought so much light and joy to new schools. So thanks for giving us that gift. And on that note, happy 30th birthday, Dan. I hope that this year brings in more cheekiness in all of its forms, and that you get to go on all the adventures that you want to go on, and it fulfills your dreams.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to follow all of that up, but I can attest to what everyone has said before me, which is that You are relentlessly curious and so eager for adventure, and I love those things about you. I remember the first time we met, after I got over the shock that you were not, in fact, a Colombian man. I was so struck by the deep conversations we were having and the interest and engagement you have in talking to other people, even if it's at 3 a.m. outside a bar that had already closed. And I think that it hasn't ended since then, the deep conversations, the debates. Although I will say, for someone as opinionated as you, you are wrong a lot of the time, at least when we're discussing. But don't worry, I think in this next decade, maybe you'll turn things around. And I would also say one of my favorite things about you is your compassion. And that's very much reflected in the community you see in this video and the people that clearly love you just through the relationships that you've fostered and your ability to connect with people, make them feel good about themselves and how much you care for others. And you show that through quality time, through reaching out, through traveling all over the world for all of these weddings. And I hope you always keep that with you and keep doing that, because it is truly such a beautiful quality, and you've created such beautiful friendships that it's beautiful to watch. And I just can't wait for many more years of exploring and debates and the quiet moments, and I can't wait for you to be home so we can celebrate you in person. But I love you lots. We all love you, and I hope you have a very happy 30th birthday.
Two Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. That was